Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. We are the SpiffyNeedleGeeks, or rather, a Spiffy Needle Geek and a Spiffy Needle guest. I have with me Kenshi.
Hey, it's been a while.
Yeah, and only Kenshi, because, so yeah, I've noticed that we've had this channel for a little over 2 years, and, I've noticed a distinctive lack of, survival horror, so I am here to remedy that. But, and the reason I specifically grabbed Kenshi for this one, Kenshi and I are really, probably, the only ones that, really, really get into, horror games and everything. I mean, the two of us alone have spent Lord knows how many time, really, getting into Five Nights at Freddy's when that was a really big thing, theorizing and, talking about, the games in general.
Yep.
And when I got this game, that's where I figured, you know what, I think, because if I tried to get everybody in there, Ryan would probably be all on board, BJ wouldn't give a shit, and Brendan would be like, nope. So it's like, you know what, let's have this be you and me, Kenshi, because, it's been a while since we've talked horror.
It's been a while, that's, for damn sure. Probably due to the fact that, I'm just a guest, and because of the fact that between my inability to actually get a hold of you guys and then the computer problem that has sadly ended the randomizer that I was doing, because I have a lot of parts, but I did not finish, and I don't think it'd be fair to just keep going even if I could get a hold of you guys if it's never going to finish. So that had a big impact on me not showing up as much, because the last thing I did with you guys was the Battle Royale.
Yeah.
And mostly because you guys don't think to ask if I'm interested in half of the discussions. Because, you guys just oh, hey, everybody's here.
Yeah. I mean, it's been getting difficult just to even try and get all four of us together. And when we can, that's when we try and, splurge all out on recordings. So, but regardless, this game, this is called Little Nightmares. Now, I had heard about this game, and I had only decided to get it. Yeah, I decided to get it recently because there was a big sale going on in the PlayStation Store, and initially the reason I even got one of those $50 game cards to buy stuff on the sale and everything was because they had a huge discount on a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure game called Eyes of Heaven, which is the big JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fighting game, and since Ryan got me into that series now, I'm oh, I'm totally there. But while I was shopping for it, I saw Little Nightmares, so I decided to pick it up and give it a try. And I really liked it that much, so that's why I'm going to show this game off. Now, this game plays out very much like Limbo. So if you've seen Limbo, or if you've played it, and if that's your cup of tea, Little Nightmares is for you. So, some context with this game. So, this is one of those games, pretty much like any good horror game. They give you enough clues to kind of tell you what's going on, but they leave enough things open-ended, which is where a lot of discussions and theories about, some of the other finer details come into play here, hence why I'm bringing you here, Kenshi, because I'm actually curious to hear your thoughts. So,
I don't know if are we already playing, or is this still the intro?
No, this is the game.
I kind of figured. I just wanted to be sure, because I know some games will have their intro like this. And it's reminded me of something else. Something Mark played recently as well. That's very similar to Limbo as well. And I cannot put my finger on it, but I get where you're going with the Limbo-like story, because it's got a 3D environment, but obviously it's very much 2D. For the most part. Yeah.
So here's the context of, at least the story. So, this, character that we are playing right now, this is a little girl, and her name is Six.
Six.
That's
already ominous. Her name is a number.
So we are on a massive ship known as the Maw. And the object of the game is to escape the Maw.
Oh, gee, that's not symbolic or anything.
Yeah, there's some pretty fucked up shit going on in the maw, as you will soon see.
I mean, it's a giant ship with a little girl whose name is a number, and it's literally called the Maw, as in a giant set of jaws. Yeah, that sets off like 5... Oh, that's a hanging body.
Yeah.
Wait, so, how did he get all that? How did he get that high? Did he jump off something? Yeah. I'd have to guess he jumped off something, because it's definitely not a case of knock over the chair. Because the chair's not high enough, and it's not knocked over.
Yeah. So, okay, so yep, you are armed with a lighter that basically gives you, that's your light source all throughout the game. So, it's basically, jumping, puzzles, all that other stuff. Now, this game does have some collectibles and some things you can do. I tragically haven't gotten all the collectibles yet, so I can't really 100% this game, but I'm gonna at least try and show off what you can. So, in this game, like, yeah, if you light the little lamps and stuff, basically treat those as little checkpoints. Now, those little creatures with the pointy hats, those are called gnomes.
That seems, very on the nose.
Yeah, and one of the collectibles is there's a certain amount of gnomes in each level. If you can find and hug all the gnomes, those count as collectibles. And when you hug the gnomes, they will mimic your actions. They will follow, as long as you're in the room, they'll follow you. If you jump, it will jump with you. I mean, the gnomes are adorable. So if you manage to catch a gnome and hug it, yay, you got a little gnome friend. Now, earlier, there's also some statues.
I noticed you smashed one already.
Yeah, there's some
Honestly,
statues.
I saw the statue and my first thought was, oh, that's a goddess statue. But I'm like, wait, no, I'm not playing Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, but yeah, there are some statues that you can smash, and those count as collectibles as well. Those are your main two collectibles in this game, is hugging the gnomes and smashing the statues. And what do you get out of them? As far as I can tell, it's pretty much achievement bragging rights, at least as far as the statues go. There is something cool with the gnomes that you can get, but, I will show that off as I go, and I stupidly thought that was a statue. And
to be fair, in the shadow, that would be very hard to separate, especially since it's on its side.
Yeah, this game, I mean, yeah, it goes without saying. The game is very dark. I don't mean that as dark in context, but I mean dark. So,
yeah,
I mean,
visibly dark. I can't see my hand. Oop.
Yeah, it's very dark. I mean, even with the light source. So, I mean, it's like...
I mean, it's a lighter. It's not going to get very far. Oh, another gnome.
Yeah.
Oh! And you fell.
Okay. Yep. Alright, so our first enemies that we're running into are these leeches. Avoid the leeches. This is basically one-hit KO. You have no means of fighting, no means of defending yourself, so you just have to run away.
I was wondering what those choo-choo jellies dropping from an earlier room were.
Yeah, those are leeches. I mean, they literally wrap around you and eat you. And
well, it's pretty big for a damn leech, so yeah, that's already a bad sign.
Yeah, and
six is either a fucking microscopic being, or leeches have been mutated beyond all recognition.
Well, here's the thing, Kenshi, and this is what you're going to see a little bit later on, actually. This is where I guess some of the theorizing starts coming into play here, because we do actually see more people in this game, but they are gigantic compared to 6. So now it kind of brings the question, are all children in this world just normally this size, like the size of gnomes? Or is there a race of tiny people and then a race of giant people? I mean, that's a theory. This is some of the stuff that people are speculating. So it's and there's really, right now anyway, there's really no clear-cut answer.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that the freaking leeches are huge.
Yeah, so I mean, I would suspect that
you're either really small or they're fucking with the leech size, which is a bad idea.
Yeah, I would say, for me, I would say that, this is, 6 is just that tiny. I mean, it's look at the size of the gnomes.
Yeah, the gnomes are pretty small. Heck, how do we know 6 isn't a gnome?
Yeah, it's hey, for all you know, because that's the thing. She's constantly wearing this yellow raincoat.
Okay. That's...
Yeah. There's another thing I really, really enjoyed about this game, and it's the art direction. I mean, this is like something like, actually, if I recall correctly, I've heard rumors that even though this game has not been out for very long, there's rumors that there's already talks for a movie adaptation. And if that is the case, honestly, I want it to be like a stop motion thing, like, make it like a classic Tim Burton or something.
Or Paranorman or something like that, yeah?
Paranorman, Coraline, make it along those lines. It'd be perfect for this game. And I mean, when you see like some of the enemies that we have to face later on, I mean, it's like, that's going to be really difficult to try to replicate in live action. So, yeah. I mean, that's like, if you can't do stop motion, if it's going to be 3D or something, then, at least try to follow the art style, because it's so distinctive. And yeah, this area is on a timer, so we gotta hit that switch because those bars, if you saw, they were electrified. So yeah, we kinda gotta hit the switch and you gotta run across this nursery before the switches come back on and you fry.
Morbid. Ooh,
which I barely made. I barely made it.
That was close.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, I love this game's art style. I love this game's atmosphere. There's some really creepy shit. This light here turns you into stone.
That would suggest that would more...
Look at the bodies. Look at the bodies. So yeah, we're not the first one that tried to escape.
That would definitely suggest you might actually be a gnome. Because gnomes are well known, or at least certain versions are not known for being looked at very well. Which that's actually true. I never thought of that. I know some gnomes, it's more about being caught by a living being than it is being in light. And if that eye light thing is able to emulate the energy of an actual eye, then yeah, it would freeze a gnome in place if they were going by that logic.
No, but yeah, I've actually never seen anybody even bring that up in like a discussion or anything. Everyone just kind of assumes like, because there's some spoopy powers going on in this game, that's like, oh, this just turns people to stone. And that's just the assumption. But that's actually a really good point. I never thought of that. And,
hello.
Yeah, this man here, I think the official name for this guy, he is known as the Janitor.
Yeah, he's not as fun as the Janitor from Scrubs.
Yeah, so it's like... Yeah, big head, tiny body, tiny legs, really long arms. So it's like, yeah. And clearly this is a nursery with other sleeping children. There's nothing we can really do to help them or anything, so I mean, it's just walk on by.
Yeah, and it makes sense that this might be why you're one of the only ones that can actually interact with the gnomes. Like, you're supposed to find all the gnomes. So what if that's because you are one of them? You're trying to let them know that there might actually be hope in escape this place. Because again, they're small. They hide their face. You hide your face.
Yeah.
You do have a lot of similarities with them, so you might actually be a gnome, or at least something very similar, since the fact that that thing will turn you and others like you into stone.
Alright, so here's a gimmick that is in this game. So in every level, there is a point where Six is pretty much starving to death. So there's a point where you just like cripple over in pain and, okay, we got to get to a point where we can eat something.
Without getting caught.
Yeah.
Jeez, her stomach rivals mine in absolute nonsensical noise.
So somebody here is going to help us out. So he's giving us this person's giving us their bread. like, thank you. And now we get to continue on. Now, from what I've looked into as far as this game's development history, before this game was called Little Nightmares, it was actually under the title Hunger. So,
that would
this is supposed to be a major plot point.
Or at least originally it was.
Right. I mean, it does play, a big part later on and everything. I mean, you will see, but it's like, it is a major... I know, it's like, on one hand, I could say it is a major element of the game, but yet at the same time, I can't, because like I said, it only happens once per level, and there are 4 levels in this game. So, I mean, this game could take you, like first time playing, this took me maybe 2 hours to complete.
Yeah, so it's likely the hunger thing might have been a much bigger plan early on. Like, it could have been a bigger thought, but then they decided that it wasn't the real focus.
And they decided to maybe make it more story-driven. And yeah, I got an Overwatch update with Doomfist.
Yeah, Doomfist. Sup, little thing. I am Doomfist.
Yeah, it's like... Yeah, so it's like... Yeah, when I was recording, I was like, wait, why is Overwatch updating? Oh shit, Doomfist came out, that's right! It's like, I completely forgot about it. It was like, oh god, because I know Doomfist was, like, released on the playtest servers.
Uh-huh.
Because that's usually what happens. They go on the playtest servers, I think, like, weeks before it's actually put out on the consoles.
Yeah, that's I watch a guy called Muzo who did a lot of TF2 videos and now does a whole lot more Overwatch. He does try occasionally to find TF2, but he did a lot of videos about Doomfist being in the PTR and stuff like that, so I'm aware of how Overwatch works. I just can't play it.
Aww.
A, I don't have a PS4, and B, my computer's not strong enough to do it. Run! 6.
It's like, good catch.
That was close. But yeah, there's a little immersion break for you right there. Doomfist, the giant dude with a fucking golden arm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think they actually just even announced that they're bringing back the the Summer Games event that they did last year, like in honor for the Olympics.
Yeah.
So they're bringing it back this year. So it's like I know Ryan and Brandon are really excited because they played the hell out of it. I didn't have Overwatch at the time, so I completely missed it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm curious.
Ooh, pardon me.
That's fun.
Oi.
All right, so we needed to shut this. We needed to shut the power down because we have to get through underneath because there's a gate underneath.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was blocked off. But there we go. Let the gnome out.
Yeah, cause they're keeping gnomes. So yeah, I at least for right now, unless something more appears, I'm under the theory that 6 is at least related to a gnome of some kind.
Here you go, little buddy. Alrighty, now, I could backtrack all the way, but I'm actually gonna take a shortcut. And it's a rather stupid shortcut, but I don't care.
Oh, ow.
Yeah, I'm just gonna die and respawn.
You cheater.
I'm sorry. But yeah, this is one of those games, so when you die, it basically, it respawns you to, like, the closest, like, checkpoint, which, now that I pulled the switch, it just so happened to bring me down to the lower level. So it's like, oh hey, it works out for me in the end. Now, all throughout this Let's Play, I mean, there are times that I do die, and I do, cut that out. But this was, like, the one time I think I decided, you know what, I'm gonna keep the death, just because I used it as a shortcut.
And, speedrunners might, decide, hey, that might be a good idea.
Well, I don't even know if it's so much a speedrunning trick or something. I mean, I just, like, found that out, like, because I remember first time I was playing, I was trying to jump back and figure out, okay, how the hell am I gonna get back and everything, and then it's just like, and then it's like, that was when I noticed, it's like, oh, duh, go right. Yep, we're back with the light. Yes, now you just gotta wait for that, whatever you call it, that bucket.
Trash can.
Yeah, the trash can.
They give this thing an eye, but they don't give it an ear. Oh. Run, 6, run.
Yep, now you're gonna want to get on the box.
And then jump up there before the box
Yeah.
and you go plummeting to your doom!
Exactly. Alrighty. And with that, that is the end of the first level.
Well, damn.
So, nice quick little introduction. I mean, it will get a lot more, I guess, like, adrenaline pumping later on, because we're gonna be getting into, like, chase sequences and shit starting in the next level. So, join us then.
See you then.